Hello, this is Joe Pryor of the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City. One of the things that periodically I talk about on these videos is why you need multiple properties. In fact, I really don't want to work with someone that just wants one property, and mainly because we have an awful lot of investors that are coming into the Oklahoma City area, not just buying because they're here local, but from Washington State, from California, from New York, from all over. And the typical thing that they do, and I work with them on this basis, is they buy at least 5 properties. In fact, in most cases, they'll buy the 10 property limit that Fannie Mae puts on 20 to 25% down prime loan type investments, how many mortgages that you can have. And the reason why that they do this is, if you have one property, it's probably because you inherited it, or maybe you bought a really inexpensive property as your first home, and you thought, well, I think I'll just hold on to it, and so I'll buy my nice home, and then I'll just keep this property around. Well, in my opinion, that's very nice, and I'm glad that you're doing that. But here's the problem for somebody that's trying to build long-term wealth. If you have one vacancy, and that vacancy lasts 90 days, then essentially you don't have a very good investment. That's probably not the best use of your money. So typically what I work with investors on is buying at least 5 properties, because what I want to make sure of is if we have, say, 5 properties that are making, $300, let's say, positive cash flow per month after all expenses, $1,500, and one property happens to be vacant for 30 days, then not only do you cover that particular vacancy, but you're still making a little bit of money on top of it. And so this is one of the reasons that if you're going to build wealth and the idea is to become a serious investor, that's why 5 properties are minimum, because at 5 properties, you're 20% vacancy rate. If you have 10 properties and one is vacant, it's a 10% vacancy rate. And the cash flow is tremendous. It is something that one of the things that you can do with it is at some point down the road, when you get to be 50, 60, 70 years old, whatever age that you determine, you can take that profit also, and all of a sudden you're looking and saying, oh my gosh, I've got $3 million in assets completely paid for that any bank would loan against if I need it, but also it's giving me all the retirement income that I need. This is the whole point of doing this. Now, it also depends how you do it in terms of what age you are. So if you're 30 years old, you may not be in an all-fired hurry to get to 10 properties. It may take you 10 years or 15 years, and that's fine. You may be 50 or 55 and you're fast tracking just a little bit more, and probably you built up a little bit of cash, or at least I hope you built up a cash at 55 in order to do that. But this is the whole point of why we work with investors buying multiple properties, because, to me, it's either you're in or you're out. One property does not an investor make. 5 to 10 properties, that is something where you're building tremendous wealth, and you're doing the proper way of investing your money for the most return and the safest return. This is Joe Pryor of the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values at the speed of technology.